Welcome to Fitness Friday. Today we're going to talk about foam rolling. How important it is to foam roll. One of the things that you helped me really realize that I need to foam roll every day. Even on the days when I'm not working out, I need to foam roll. So since I have a little bit of an aching back these days, I have a test subject. So this is my test subject.
Where's the test subject? Oh, I'm the test subject.
Hi test subject, you're just so dreamy and cute.
I'm test subject.
Are you going to show me how to foam roll my muscles?
I will show you how to foam roll some of the basic muscles, not all of them.
Okay. Okay, so let's get you on the floor. I didn't mean it like that. Slow your roll here, people. Slow your roll. So what you got there in your hand?
This is actually a rubber band that I use to carry all of my money because I have a lot of it.
Oh, please.
No, for demonstration purposes.
You have a lot of money? I don't see no giant diamond ring on this finger.
I had a lot of money when I met you.
Oh!
So anyway, the way that this works, this rubber band it can be used for a number of things, but I'm using it to demonstrate what we're doing with foam rolling.
So that's like a muscle, basically.
Let's imagine a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Let's imagine that this is a muscle. What happens when your muscle gets a knot or an adhesion or kind of a sore spot in it is it does something kind of like this, right?
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that or not.
I can see that.
But let's imagine where my thumb is here that's a knot.
Okay.
Well, if we foam roll that, we foam roll with the fascia.
What's the fascia, in case they don't know?
You don't really have to know what the fascia is, but the fascia is essentially the layer of muscle, the kind of the sheath, if you will.
Is the fascia fashionable?
It's all that. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so look, if I were to foam roll this, okay, so let's imagine we're doing a little foam rolling. What we're trying to do is get that little knot to kind of release a little bit.
Okay, so almost like ironing out the fascia.
Yeah, or if you think of rolling it like you're going to make a pizza or something, right? But the idea is...
We don't make pizza on this show.
The idea is if you were to stretch or if you were to work that muscle without doing that first, what you have is this muscle is pretty much deactivated in this spot because it's not going to be able to get the oxygen and nutrients that it needs, and it's not going to be working properly.
Okay.
So you've shortened the overall tension length of that muscle. So this is going to be giving more, and over here on this side is going to be giving more, but this isn't really going to be doing what it's supposed to.
So you have overuse in certain spots.
Well, if you think of this being your leg, right? If I've got a knot on one side, like most people do.
IT band, okay.
Now, so if this was my IT band, which I'll show you in a second, I've got a shorter resting tension length on this side.
Okay.
So what that means, if we break this down, it's more complex than this, but for simplicity purposes, when I run, I'm going to be putting more strain here and striking the ground harder because this leg is effectively shorter, right? So what we're able to do is get that straightened out before we exercise, before we stretch, before we work out. And now that guy is in the right position so that now whatever type of exercise that we're going to do, we've got oxygen and nutrients and blood going to that area now. So we've got increased blood flow. And we've got this muscle in a much better ergonomic position so that now whatever you're going to do, whatever type of exercise you choose, you're going to be able to do more efficiently, more effectively, and you're not going to have as much muscular dysfunction.
Okay. So let's roll here.
So, and by that I mean muscular dysfunction. Your knee may not hurt when you run, or your ankle may not hurt when you run.
And this needs to be done every day, am I correct?
Ideally, you would perform this. You want to do about 1 minute on each particular area.
Okay.
It should take you about 5 or 10 minutes. Ideally, in a perfect world, you would do this before and after exercise.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So after also.
If you're only going to pick one, my recommendation would be to do this before you perform, before you work out. All right.
Okay.
So the first thing that I show most people is to get on this guy about like this right here.
So show me the point where you've sat on it basically.
I sat on it in layman's terms. I'm going to sit on this until I go, ooh, that doesn't feel good.
Ouch.
And if it's extremely uncomfortable, we just want to sit there and sit. If you're new to foam rolling, It may hurt a little bit more the first time you do it, the first couple times you do it.
And that's okay, right?
Just sit there and kind of be with it and try and relax the muscle the best you can.
Okay.
And then once you kind of ease into it, you can kind of roll back and forth, staying kind of right on that spot. This particular muscle, this is, I'm kind of right now on the piriformis, the glutes, and also a little bit of the TFL. If I rotate over a little bit more,
basically,
I'm on the TFL.
You're on your left upper cheek, is what we're saying in layman's terms.
Well, this muscle.
There we go. Let's see some of that. Okay.
Right in here. All right. So
got it.
A lot of hip pain comes from this in the IT band. So we kind of want to start here, right? There's an order of operations. That's always a good place to start. Now,
okay. So 1 minute from there. Now next.
So next, I would go to the IT band.
Okay.
So I would straighten this leg.
Okay. Cross the leg over, rotate.
Move the roller just a little bit lower, drop down to my elbow.
Mini plank there, okay.
And so now I can kind of swoop through here, back and forth. Now, there's progressions to everything, right? I can get a denser foam roller if I really get into this and I need to get in there. You want to get a softer foam roller, particularly if you weigh a lot. Like, I don't need one that's super, super dense. I've got plenty of body weight on this. But the other thing that you can do is stack your legs. So now I've got the weight of both legs on this guy.
So you have more weight.
So that now when I do this, I get in there much deeper.
Okay,
right?
so another minute on there.
So now I'm on the IT band, right? I'm going to go all the way from the hip to the knee. From the hip to the knee. I get that guy going. I can now go and get to the quad, right? So I can go from the hip to the knee. From the hip
nice backside
to the knee, right? And then next, I can get the adductors.
Okay.
Right? So this is the one that no one really likes to do at the gym.
Well, no one likes to do any of this at the gym.
Right. So I'm here and I'm on the very inside of my knee, right?
Ouch.
Go all the way to my groin.
This one hurts. This one hurts.
And back. Another piece of advice that I'll give you is to empty your pockets before you start doing this, particularly if you have your keys in your pocket.
Well, Paige, if we're wearing leggings or capris, we don't have pockets.
Okay. That's the only way that I know of that it can make this more painful.
That's why I let you hold all my stuff when we work out.
Okay, so now I've done that.
So a minute on that side.
I can also do the calves. You got to realize the kinetic chain starts with the calves, meaning that if I'm running, if I'm squatting, if I'm lunging, if I'm on the treadmill doing cardio, if my calves aren't working right and my feet aren't doing this, I'm going to experience all sorts of pain and discomfort in other places simply because my feet aren't doing what they're supposed to.
Got it. So show us the calvesies.
So I can get right here in the middle of my calf. This is going to be my gastrocs. So I can take the weight from my other leg, put it on top. I don't have to lift my butt up off the ground. I'm just applying some pressure, and just a little nudge is plenty. So a lot of times where people make the mistake of doing this, they think they have to hold their whole body up.
That's what I do.
Yeah, no. You keep your butt down and just kind of knead back and forth. Now that's the gastrocs, which is the top biggest part of your calf, if you have big calves and you're not me. Your soleus is that bottom part. Right, and you can also get those
AKA
as well.
your cankle. Okay, got it.
So you can kind of turn your feet inside out and get those. Now, those are the big ones. You can roll your upper body. You can do all of these other things. Virtually almost every muscle in your body, there is a foam rolling or a way that you can do this with a lacrosse ball or a myofascial release ball. I recommend a lacrosse ball. It's what most people use because they're like $1 or $2.
You can step on those with your foot. You can use it on your shoulders.
You can use it for a million things. You can get some of it, like if you wanted to do your chest, you can just simply apply pressure and find the sore spots in your chest and
where can you buy a foam roller, lacrosse ball, and such?
Any sporting goods store now.
What about the lacrosse ball?
That's with it. We'll have both because lacrosse is really big right now. Foam rolling is really big. It's the wave of the future. But they sell myofascial release balls. The difference is this is $1 or $2. Myofascial release ball is like $25. This is what you need. $1 or $2. I have 100 of them. But that'll kind of get you started. If you're going to start foam rolling, again, the kinetic chain starts at the feet and works its way up. And if you're doing a lot of cardio, you're going to have some of these issues. A lot of times people think they have a bad knee. They have some of these things. It's simply IT band syndrome or it's a soft tissue malady or dysfunction that's causing them discomfort or pain.
Right. So foam rolling and stretching, good.
We like it. It works.
It works. Thanks so much for the tutorial.
Absolutely, thank you.
You're welcome. So the moral of the story is you should foam roll, right?
Absolutely.
Or you should take a nap like this on your foam roller. Lots of things you can do with that thing, huh?
All sorts of things, yeah.
But the key is sore muscles, not just sore muscles. This is a very preventative thing that you can do. And people always think foam rolling is just for runners. It's for everyone. Foam rolling, I feel like my dad should foam roll, you know.
Well,
stiff muffles.
Yeah,
stiff muffles.
Stiff muffles. That's a different vlog. But anyway, ideally everyone could go get a massage every day. But
sure.
Most people can't afford that. I know I can't yet. One day.
Whatever,
right?
You're rich.
One day.
He's rich. Don't let him fool you. He's rich. And he does get massages every week.
Anyway. One day I'll have a 300 square foot house and I will get massages every day.
You'll have a 300 square foot house?
And I'll get massages every day and have a live-in chef.
But your house is going to be 300 square feet?
Wait, if I have the chef the massages every day, it's going to have to be 300 square feet.
You already have a chef. That's me.
Oh, yeah, true. True.
Anyways, we hope you like this video. Let us know in the comments if there's more things that you want to learn about foam rolling, or if you have a question for Pate. He'll be answering comments this week as well as me, won't you, babe?
Absolutely. I'll make up an answer. Just
No, he's very knowledgeable. Don't let him fool you. If you have any kind of questions, or if you have a foam rolling story, or you want to tell us that you've been foam rolling for 10 years or something, let us know in the comments. And don't forget, as always, to what? Like, comment, and subscribe. Say bye, Pate.
Bye, Pate.